Hey YouTube family, this is Mia J and I am 2 months post-op VSG surgery. So first things first, hello to all of my new subscribers. We just keep getting a bunch of them pouring in. Thank you so much for following me on my journey. A big hello to everyone who continues to watch me on my journey, the ones who have been me from the beginning, even before I even laid on that table. And if you are watching and you are not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that way you can continue following me on my VSG journey. Now, first things first, let's go ahead and get into stats, right, of where we are. So, I got my notebook right here, my notes. So the last time I made a video and I weighed in on January 18th, I was 233.6 pounds. Now, going forward on February 1st, I got down to 229.4 pounds. February the 8th, 228 pounds, and then February 15th, 228.4 pounds. So we may potentially be in a little bit of a stall, but it's okay. I just gotta stay focused, make sure I'm getting my protein in, getting my water in, my movement in, making sure I'm getting my vitamins in, things like that. But with that alone, that puts me down 45 pounds since I began the whole process of meeting with the surgeon and everything. Down 33.6 pounds since I had actual surgery, and 71.6 pounds since my highest weight of 300 pounds. Now, I said in the previous video that I do measurements. So since I've had surgery, I am down 6 inches along my waist, 6 inches along my hips, 5 inches in my left thigh, 2 inches in my left bicep, 2 inches in my left calf, 4 inches around my bust, 6 inches in my right thigh, 3 inches in my right bicep, 1 inch around my neck, and then 1 inch in my right calf, all since surgery. So me just paying attention to my own journey, I think I'm doing pretty well. As long as we're making consistent progress, that's the whole biggest thing. And not even beyond just the weight loss, I'm gaining those healthy habits that I need to continue to lead a healthy life. So that's important. Now, I also have my 2-month post-op appointment with my surgeon. Now, I was clear for more foods being 2 months post-op, so I could have caffeine, nuts, red meats, and can finally have raw fruits and veggies. My, I guess fruit of choice is sliced tomatoes uncooked with a little salt and pepper, so that was the first thing I grabbed because that is so good to me. And then I can also have protein bars. Again, I can introduce that back into my diet. Now with the caffeine, they only want us to have 1 or 2 cups per day. But the thing is, no matter how much caffeine you have to replace that water with it. So if I drink 8 ounces of a cup of coffee, I have to drink an extra 8 ounces of water just to make that difference up, since caffeine, whether in coffee or tea, does dehydrate you, and the goal is to make sure that you are hydrated. Now, I asked the golden question about alcohol. The answer is no, so to speak. But I told her, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not, worried about it right now. I don't need to be doing that right now. But I have a trip coming up here soon. And, I would like to indulge in an adult beverage. And she said a celebratory drink is okay, but just be mindful that I can get drunker than anything I ever had in my life, even when I first started drinking. So I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. And then I also asked them if, by me being able to introduce caffeine back into my diet, if I could introduce this back into my diet. This is C4. If you're not familiar with this, this is a pre-workout drink. Prior to me having surgery, I would drink this. I'll be pumped, I'll be ready. I had the best workout of my life with this. Now, their answer to me for now was no. And that's because C4 can do a lot of things to your body, and especially things you don't want to happen when you're post-op a bariatric surgery. So they said check back in when I go to my 6-month appointment, but my nutritionist did give me something else I could take. It is called Noon. Because I asked about, making sure I get, proper hydration, electrolytes, and all that stuff after a workout. So she said I could take these. I got these from Target, and they have little tabs that you just pop into a bottle of water. This one in particular has caffeine in. I'm like, okay, that could be, you know, a start for me since I can't take C4 right now. And it also has your electrolytes you need, so that way if you, when I do work out, you know, put that stuff back into my body. And then also extra hydration. They have some that come without caffeine if you're interested in this. She just told me about Target because I love Target, that I can buy it there. So I'm sure they probably sell them in other stores, but I just tried Target first. So we have this. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't started boxing, which I'm gonna do within the next couple of days. I have my new gloves and I'm ready for it. But just showing it to you guys. They also clarify with my multivitamins that I should be taking 2 servings. If you saw my previous video on vitamins that I recently uploaded, I was already knowledgeable of having to take those 2 supplements per day, even though I had a little hiccup in the video where I ran out of my multivitamin, so I was only taking 1 for 1 day. I think by that day I had already had some more ordered in. They went ahead and also scheduled me for my 6-month post-op appointment, which is gonna be in June. And then I also have to get blood drawn for that. So they told me a few places that I can go to get that done, and that has to be done 2 to 3 weeks prior to me having my appointment. Now, otherwise I said everything is good with me getting my plant movement in. I told them I'm really good with getting my hydration and my fluids in. And then also my plant movement, they said it's pretty good, just stay consistent. And then another thing they mentioned was they want us to start getting our protein from real food. So we should only be getting 30 grams of protein on a supplement. So that includes your protein shakes, protein bars, things like that, only 30 grams per day. The rest of the requirement needs to be coming from real whole foods. Now I'll go ahead and insert the clip of me going to my doctor's appointment right here. Hey family, headed in on this wonderful Monday to my 2-month post-op appointment. I will let you know how it goes. Hello family. The door's not opening. Okay, I thought I was crazy. I'm not crazy, guys. The door is like not opening. Like I'm just stuck in here. I'm gonna figure this out. Well, I guess the automatic door is broken, but I did manage to safely get out and in one piece. But 2-month appointment went very, very, very well since I started this process back in September. Yeah, September. I am down a whopping 42 pounds. Everybody on my team is very, very pleased with my process. I get more foods I can add in. I will talk about that in this video. Either I already talked about it or I'm going to talk about it going forward. More foods. If we're going to get started with some exercise things. A lot of questions and things were answered. I'll discuss that later. But I'm going to go to my car and finish out my day. Down 40 pounds. So I'll see you guys later. So let's talk about what's been going on so far. So as far as exercise goes, that's been going pretty well. Every morning, or I wouldn't say morning, every day I'm doing at least 20 minutes of yoga. I use the Apple Fitness Plus membership, so I do their yoga videos to make it a little bit easier. I'm still doing my 30-minute walk. I plan to do it every day, but if something happens where I'm kind of busy and it doesn't work out the way I plan it to, it's okay. At least I have the other days to fall back on. But the goal, no matter what's going on, is I try to do that 30 minutes. And the way I look at it is, when I calculated it, that is only 2% of my day, those 30 minutes. And I can spare 2% of my day dedicated to me. So that's my goal with that. I mentioned earlier in the video that I am going to get back into boxing here within the next couple of days. I have my gloves and everything ready. I'm kind of scared because I'm not going to lie. When I was like lifting weights a little bit, I felt it. And it made me feel like I lost some muscle, during this transition period from being post-op, but it's okay. I can get it back as long as I don't lose that stamina. That's hard. But we'll get there. It's all a part of the process. I've also added in doing daily 1 minute plank, 1 minute wall sit, and doing 10 push-ups. That is helping me also to get stronger every day, and then making sure that I stay consistent and getting that muscle back to where I wanted it to be. Now with my diet, I'm still keeping protein first. I have a little bit of extra in my pouch, not that much, but just a little bit. But now that I can eat raw fruits and veggies, I try to use that extra space for my fruits and veggies so I can get that back into my body. But my meats of choice has just been like salmon, chicken, tuna. I try to just keep it really basic. I don't want to stress about what I'm eating when I already have 10 million other stressors, but the goal is just to make sure that I'm getting in my protein. Then I have the 64 ounces of fluid per day goal. I feel like that's kind of not enough for me. I've been noticing that even if I hit the 64 ounces, I'm still kind of thirsty afterwards. So I'm working to up that for myself. So I still can't really tolerate water really unless it's alkaline water. So I haven't really been able to drink like tap water, bottled water, things like that, unless there's something else in it. So I just bought me a big jug of alkaline water, and I'm gonna add it to my container so that way I can get back to drinking that, so I can hit more water in, and it never hurts. The more the merrier with water. Now, some of you have told me about Fairlife. I finally tried it, and I have a clip of my first time trying it, so I'll go ahead and insert that one. All right, y'all. It was recommended to me several times, so I'm finally gonna go ahead and try the Fairlife protein shakes. I got this one from Fry's, aka Kroger, depending on your location, and this is the vanilla flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and try it on camera with you guys. Don't let me down. I hope it's as good as y'all made it seem to be, but let's see how it's going. Yeah, this it. Yeah, it was definitely rightfully hyped, for sure. The vanilla flavor tastes like vanilla ice cream. That's why I've been wanting some ice cream. So yeah, all right, y'all on to something. I trust y'all judgment with this one. If you have any more recommendations or anything else I should try, let me know. I'm open to learning and trying new things, but back to the video. Hey family, so editing Mia here. I just want to add another tidbit with the Fairlife protein shakes. So yes, they are good. They are not no, you can't get in my video. They are not as chalky as regular protein shakes, but for me at least, they make me nauseous. Not immediately. He wasn't being in the video. Not immediately. So they don't make me nauseous at the onset of drinking it, or even after drinking the first half. But at some point in time during the day, if I've had a Fairlife protein shake, I do get nauseous, and the only thing that can really offset it for me is water. Just putting some extra water in my body. So I'm gonna drink it for the time being because it still tastes good regardless of the nausea. But I do plan to potentially eliminate it because me and dairy as is already don't get along. Now some life updates and some not skill victories. When I go do my walks, I typically take my son and I have him go play in the playground. So we'll do that together too, either before or after I do my walk or in the middle of my walk. And I've been able to do more with him, things that I wouldn't have done pre-op surgery. Like they had like this little teeter-totter thing where he sit on one side, I sit on the other side. So like I just played on there with him, and I just felt so free and happy. And I know that's something I would have never done pre-op, and I'm so glad that I'm able to do that now. There's an app that I just discovered. It's called Habit. You may or may not be familiar with it. Maybe I'm late to the party. But what it does is it allows you to create habits, and you can customize it to how many times per day, how long in a day do you want to do it, how many times during the week are you doing it monthly or you're doing it weekly, things like that. And then you check it off, and it holds you accountable by having like a little streak of how long you've been consistently doing this activity and how long you've been consistently hitting all of your habits. So that's honestly been a really, really great tool of keeping me on track with hitting not just my weight and surgery goals, but also my personal goals, work goals, business goals, things like that. So that's really, really helpful. You should check it out whether you're having surgery or not. We all have things that we're working towards, and it's always good to have something to hold us accountable. Make sure we're doing that. I'm still doing my daily journal where I'm just writing about my day, how I feel about my feelings. And I also have been consistent with doing my daily manifestation. I had showed you guys the notebook when I had first bought it, and I've been consistent with it, with putting in things that I'm looking to accomplish. And I've also added a page on there too where I do a gratitude page where I have a list of things that I'm grateful for that I have right now. So it is sometimes it's things that are recurring, some things of it are just things that just happen right then and there. But I think that's helping as well, so that way, you know, I always look ahead and think of what I want, but it allows me to take a step back and say, hey, you know, you have everything that you want to have, but look at the things that you do have right now. And then also see the changes. Like, one of the things I have on my list is to become more confident, and I've noticed that my confidence is increasing. When I had lost weight the first time, like years ago, back in my late teens, early 20s, and I wasn't confident at all. Like, I still didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I had body dysmorphia really, really badly, and I still had bad habits with eating and things like that. But now with getting the surgery, that's completely different. Like, I'm starting to be able to love what I see in the mirror, love what this person is right here, and I'm grateful for that, having that confidence come in. So that is something that I put in my gratitude list, and something that I manifest, because you can never have too much confidence, but I still want to be grateful that my confidence is increasing as I wanted it to. And that leads me into something else I'm having an issue with periodically, not often, but it is a side effect of getting weight loss surgery, body dysmorphia. You know, when my confidence increasing, I'm like, okay, I look in the mirror like, okay, girl, you look good. Okay, period, honey, you look good. But then there are some days where I'm just like, bleh. I feel like I'm still almost 300 pounds, but you know, I have to remind myself like that's not the case. But it's completely normal, it's completely natural to still have those feelings. Another thing I've been using is bio oil. Not sure if you've heard of it. Maybe I'm late to the party. I'm often late to the party. But this is supposed to help with stretch marks and scarring and things like that. So I've been using this on my stomach area twice per day for a few weeks now. And it says to use it for 2 months until you see results. If you look this thing up, this thing has almost perfect reviews. So I'm giving it a shot for 2 months, and I'm using my Habit app to make sure that I'm staying consistent with it so I can see those results. So far so good, nothing drastic. I noticed slight difference, but it might be too soon to tell, so I'll just remain consistent with this. One of the problems that I've been having is grazing. If you're not familiar with grazing, that's when you're eating anything outside of your planned meals or snacks and just kind of just nibbling on things throughout the day. That's an issue that I noticed that I had prior to surgery, and that habit is kind of creeping up, but I'm trying to be more cognizant of it. I'm like, if I'm going to at least graze, it has to be a protein. And then if I don't have to graze, then I don't. So like if I'm coming up close to time to eating a meal, it's like, okay, man, you don't need that. Like, you're really about to eat in a couple minutes. Like, leave that there. It's a work in progress. I'm trying to get there, but just being honest and transparent, I still am having an issue with grazing. It's not too bad. I'm able to control and manage it, but I want to completely eliminate it so it's not interfering with my success. And with that being said, I noticed that my food weakness is bread. Everybody has their own thing. Some people like pops. I've never really been a pop drinker, even pre-op. Some people have desserts and things like that, and fried foods. Those, I like them, but I could do without them. My issue is bread. And this may sound crazy, like if I'm making my son like a sandwich or something like that, it's like my senses enhance in my nose, and I just can smell the bread tenfold, and it's just magical. But I'm working on, have not had any bread at all since I've been post-op, and we're gonna keep it that way until at least I'm cleared to be eating bread. But I did notice that it's one of my weaknesses, and I'm so glad that I caught on to it now. Other things that I'm continuing to do, continuing to waist train. I'm actually waist training right now. I've been consistent with doing that daily, just popping it on. I don't have a set time for how long I do it. I just put it on and just let it flow how it flows. And also doing my collagen. I get like a Gatorade Zero, and then I put my Miralax and keep my collagen in there. So been pretty steady with that. As far as hair loss goes, I know that's typically an issue around this time. I have not noticed any hair loss, knock on wood. That could be because of the biotin I take, the collagen that I intake. I know a lot of people typically have problems meeting their protein goals. I do pretty good with meeting my protein and hydration goals. So, or maybe just my body, I don't know. Or maybe it's just not gonna hit me right now. But I have not had any issues with that, so knock on wood. But if it ever occurs, I'll most definitely let you guys know. And the last thing that I'll be doing here soon is I want to go jean shopping. I don't buy too many clothes just because my weight is dropping dramatically still, and my size can change by the month, so I'm not gonna waste money buying clothes unless it's a specific event I'm shopping for and I need an outfit for that particular event. But I do at least want to kind of see how I fit in jeans and where the size goes. So I'll probably give it a shot. Probably go to Old Navy or something like that and try on jeans. Maybe within the next couple of weeks, I'll just, you know, leisurely go out to the mall and just do that, just to look around. But that pretty much has been my life for month number 2 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. Nothing too crazy has been going on really. Just taking it day by day, staying consistent, knowing when I'm full, looking for my fullness cues that my body gives me. And for me, that's typically I don't want it anymore. Like the food, it doesn't revolt me, but I just can't put it anymore into my mouth. So I make sure I eat slowly, and then make sure as I'm eating, I put my spoon and fork down while I'm chewing my food, so I'm not, you know, constantly putting bites in my mouth, so I'm not overeating. But otherwise, that's about it. I wouldn't call it boring, so to speak, but, you know, pretty simple and straightforward. Just making sure that I stay consistent, which is the biggest thing, and just stay focused on the guidelines of my vitamins, protein, hydration, and movement and activity. But otherwise, if there's anything that you guys would like to see, comment down below and let me know any ideas. I'll definitely try to make it happen for you guys, especially if it's something that's highly requested. I have a few ideas of things that I'm going to be doing here soon as far as VSG content goes. But if you have any ideas, definitely feel free to let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do it. And then also, I am an open book, so if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. I get back to people in 24 hours or less. Or you can always DM me on Instagram, and I'll put my handle here. That is the same handle that you can also use to follow me on TikTok. I put some VSG related content, some is just me being me. But feel free to follow me on my platforms. I would love for you to join my family in all aspects. But otherwise, if you have not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell, so that way you can follow me in my journey and be notified whenever I do post another video. And otherwise, you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time tuning in to me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.